All right, y'all know how we say it now. Hold on, y'all. Let me turn this AC off. Y'all know it's hot in Houston, Texas. Boy. But hands behind your back, Jill. Elderly abuse. Dr. Jill. Dr. Jill. Dr. Jill. Hands behind your back, doctor. Hands behind your back. Let's jump into it.
With Sean last night, and Sean asked a bunch of great questions, but here is something particularly germane to what we're talking about, and that is, does former President Trump care if Joe Biden is not the guy who's the nominee? Watch.
It looks to me like he may very well stay in. He's got an ego, and he doesn't want to quit. He doesn't want to do that. It just looks to me like that's what he wants. I think Jill would like to see him stay. She's having a good time. We prepared for him, but I don't think it's going to matter. We had a great 4 years. Our border was the strongest ever. Our economy pre-COVID was incredible, the best ever. Took out the worst terrorists in the world and defeated ISIS. That was a big thing. I was told it would take 5 years, and it took us a couple of months. We're heading into World War III, in my opinion, with this man semi-running things, because he's not running things.
What do you make of all the talk that if Biden steps aside or is pushed out, that it would be Vice President Harris?
I think that it will be her. I think they are very concerned about the vote if it's not her. They are very, very, they're gun shy. They don't want to do it any other way. I've actually come to believe that's what they're going to do. I think she's an ineffective person.
So, Ainsley, while you were on vacation, I think Steve and I decided we were going to do a bet.
I heard about this yesterday.
If he was going to stay in or not, and I still have the same view as the former president does as well. And it's clear why the former president, he's the easiest person to beat as well. But it doesn't look like Joe Biden is going anywhere. I mean, last week we were talking about the 25 House Democrats that were supposed to go on record and say, hey, we want him out. There's only 6 or 8 of them now that are willing to go. We hear about meetings in the Senate that they're supposed to have this big conference call and that they're going to rally together, get them out. Meetings are canceled. The Democratic Party has a hold on how they do things, and it's run from the top. And if Joe doesn't want to go, he's not going to go. And I think the concerning thing for Americans now is that Jill Biden, it looks like she's assisting him with this plan. Hunter Biden is now in meetings. Why in the hell is he there? A convicted felon. How do you go on the debate stage and look at your opponent and say, you're a felon, and then have your son, who's a felon, in these meetings? That argument is dead now. Here's Jill Biden making the case. She says that he is in it to win it. Watch.
Joe has made it clear that he's all in. That's the decision that he's made. And just as he has always supported my career, I am all in too. As Commander-in-Chief, President Biden wakes up every morning ready to work for you. That's what this election is all about. You. For all talk out there about this race, Joe has made it clear that he's all in.
Joe's all in? He ain't there. Where Joe at? Who's running the country?
My career, so I'm going to support him. If he's all in, I'm all in, and she's on the campaign trail. She's very ambitious. Yesterday alone, she was in North Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. And Kevin McCarthy was interviewed about what is he seeing? What is he seeing behind the scenes? And he said she's actually the one who calls the shots. Listen.
Jill out there, she's a hard campaigner. I will tell you, it's much different of why I know that they're going to stay in this race. Jill doesn't want to leave either. Many times when we had meetings in the Oval Office, Jill was there as well. Many times, I don't think she's there for policy. I think she's there to give him comfort and direct the meetings.
It was very telling at that in that soundbite we just played with her. She said, Joe's all in, and so am I, because there are many who feel that because the president appears infirmed or needs stage direction, she's essentially the stage manager.
Maybe it's more
for
like
America.
I'm all in and therefore he's in.
Well, no, she says I'm all in. Here's the thing. They're fighting for their lives, but rather than him being out because he can't, she's out. That's why she's barnstorming. That's why she was in 3 states yesterday. Because they have made it clear they are not going to leave the White House without a fight. And Joe has warned people close to him, according to Axios, he's staying in, but that is not a sure thing because he knows that if the Democratic leaders or the elites, as he referred to them yesterday, if they say, Joe, we can't raise money anymore, Hollywood says you got to go, the pundits say you got to go, all these Democrats in unsafe for Democrat congressional districts say you got to go, he's got to go. But Donald Trump was hit the nail on the head. It's about ego. And it's not just Joe Biden's ego, it's Jill Biden's ego.
But can we just talk about that? Because, we were told in the past administration about norms and customs. Did you hear about Melania in the Oval Office with meetings? Did you hear about Michelle Obama in the Oval Office with? Did you hear about Laura Bush? I mean, maybe we heard about Hillary Clinton. Absolutely not. Maybe she would have discovered some things if she was in the Oval Office. There has never been a time where the First Lady is directing things inside of the Oval Office, and it's just sad. And Fox and Friends First had a guest on that was talking about this. At what point does it become elder abuse? It's clear he doesn't know certain things are happening.
Something that I noticed when she was walking from the coffee shop to the car, when she was out on the campaign trail yesterday, a female reporter, we couldn't see her face, was yelling, saying, what do you think about these House Democrats calling for your husband to drop out? And she didn't answer, and she's walking to the car, and then she finally turns to the reporters who scream questions at them all the time.
All the time.
I've never seen this reaction from her. She says, why are you screaming at me? You know me. Don't scream at me. Let me talk. But then she didn't talk.
Right.
Here she is telling the reporters this. But it's very telling to me. She didn't answer the question, but it's very telling. She normally doesn't stop and talk to the reporters, but to me, it seemed like she is so tired of everyone asking her and putting pressure on her that in that moment, she turned to them and she snapped in a way.
Well, listen, I think ultimately for the Bidens, it is an existential threat to their survival because I think Joe thinks as well as he can that if he's not president, he can't protect his family.
Exactly.
And he knows.
You're talking about Hunter?
Well, you know what? He knows, and we've heard this from the Hunter team, that they feel like Republicans, if they could, would go after Hunter. Mm-hmm. And that's why he wanted that immunity deal.
They probably worry. He's done politics his entire life.
I think Joe worries about his whole family and the peril they could be in if Donald Trump and Republicans return to power in the administration. And so it's like, I'm not going to listen to anybody because I'm doing this not for America, but for my family.
Well, he's already said that it's not about winning. He just wanted to do the best that he can. I mean, I've never heard a political candidate say, I just want to do the best. This is stuff we tell our children. Just do your best. Not for the presidency, though. I was
shocked by that answer, too. Instead, his answer should have been, I am going to win. Right. I'm not worried about not winning.
Right.
So anyway, we're going to be discussing this throughout.
Hands behind your back. Still trying to figure out who's running the country, y'all. And sorry that the AC's on, y'all. Just look at this real quick. Before I leave this video, before the video ends, before y'all click off the video, check this out. It's 102 degrees, y'all. 102 degrees now. 102 degrees. So I'm finna start celebrating early. I'm gonna crack open a cold one. Yeah, I know we said we was gonna wait that landslide in November, but I'm finna crack open a cold one right now early in this hot Houston weather. Sorry, y'all. I'll catch y'all in the next one, man. Peace and love, y'all.